Let me take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one who is a Nigerian at the height that we've reached. We are marking 59 years of togetherness. We need to count our blessings and name them one by one. And we need to count the things that is not our blessing also and name them one by one. What have we been able to achieve? What has gone wrong with this nation? At independence, it is a forgotten conclusion that this entity put together and called Nigeria will become great very soon. And after the hula baloo of coup and counter coups, we settled into a period after the Civil War of prosperity and of development. Lucky enough, we got oil, and everything seems very rosy for this nation that is called Nigeria. But very soon, things went very wrong. It seems that there is some entity that is sitting somewhere and rewriting that history of our greatness. They are using a program to corrupt us. I'm not saying there are entities that are doing this. I said it looks like there are entities that are doing this. And if we realize that our future is looking bleak because of the fact that somehow we have robbed ourselves of our greatness because of the greed that settled into us, the greed of corruption. And if we are able to address this, then we will be great. I remember back in the 70s, if you go to an office and you try to bribe an officer, the pride of their talking will just lift your spirit up. They will say, no, I don't take bribe. I'm contented with my salary. And that's the majority. I'm not saying nobody is taking bribe, but the majority do their work very well. But now we at 59, we can't boast of that anymore. Corruption has walked into every fabric of our existence that our future look totally black. There's darkness, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. What is gone wrong for us at 59? Can we address it? Can we make things better? Going into analysis, strong analysis will not do it for us, because what is wrong with us will not be seen in that analysis. Our sickness is not something that can be diagnosed by any medical practitioner, because what our disease is, the disease of the mind. And until we address that, we are not going anywhere. Nigeria as an entity will be great if we individually say, I will make Nigeria great. And we just not say it in word, but we live it up in our lives. We are fond of pointing accusing fingers at the leadership in Nigeria and saying they steal this, they steal that. But the leadership, ironically, is not drawn from a separate place. There's no basket in which we put all the leadership. This leadership is being sourced from west, east, north, south, everywhere. So then the question we must ask ourselves is, how come that everybody that comes into leadership is corrupt? It's because we are all corrupt. The person who is stealing pen and paper from the office, and you are accusing the head of state of looting your money, you are doing the same thing. Because if you are placed there, you will do the same thing. So the solution to our problem is for all of us to take a pledge of sincerity, that I will not partake of robbing Nigeria of our great future by stealing our money you are stealing the future from your own children, because you are well placed, but ironically, your children may not be well placed. Wealth is not something that is continuous. Look at it, the nations that ruled us and rule half of the world, they are nowhere to be found now. And they are sinking every day and using all the theories in the book to want to hold on to power. But you ask them, where is Egypt? Where is Babylon? Where is all these great nations that ruled before? Eventually, they sink into the sand of time. And like that poem says, everybody will have to answer to the call of decay, because the decay will catch up with everybody. It's by improving the condition of the world that greatness will come to the world. It's by improving the lot of Nigeria that every Nigeria will be able to be blessed. If you steal money today and you are great, there's no greatness tomorrow, because very soon other people will be thrown up and they will be greater than you, and your wealth will become nonsense. And that's what we need to do. We need to address ourselves at this our 59 years birthday party and ask ourselves and take a pledge that it will be one for all and all for one. If we sincerely do that, in 10 years to come, we will see that this nation will be lifted up and become a developed nation. We have everything going for us to become a developed nation. We don't need to wait this long for us to become a developed nation. Everything is going for us. Maybe the prayer we need to say is that God should take oil from us, so that when we don't have any wealth, our brain will work. We are like a spoiled child now, because we have everything going for us. We are not able to utilize anything, and we are spoiled beyond recognition. Nigeria will be great if everybody take a pledge, one for all and all for one, that we will wash our hand and we will not be corrupt. If you are pointing accusing finger at your leaders, the four is pointing to you. We are all corrupt. The person who kidnapped someone is corrupt. The person who steals paper from his office is corrupt. The person who robbed is corrupt. We are all corrupt. We are all living and eating the sweat of corruption. And if we take a pledge today and say, enough is enough, it will take us 10 years and we will become a great nation. We will become one of the best nations in the world. If we just take that pledge today and say we want to become a developed nation, and the part to that is that as individuals we will be truthful to this nation. If individuals will take the pledge of truthfulness to this nation called Nigeria, nobody will be able to see our brake light. We will be moving at a speed that is too great for anybody to catch up with us. And we will become truly the locomotive that will drag Africa out of the gloom of the past. And we will rewrite that history of the past that people use to rob us of our past. We are great people. And if you read history, you read what Greece was saying about Ethiopia. Ethiopia means Africa. You know, at our past we have greatness. Don't let anybody deceive you. Egypt is ours. We created it. Egypt started in Sudan. Matter of fact, it started in Ghana and moved until it gets to Sudan. And from Sudan, it moves to Egypt. So, don't let anybody deceive you. We are great people. The record that they are talking about now, the Atlantis, was ours. And we ruled the world. And we rule the world again. If only we take the pledge to be truthful, faithful and honest, not just in our pledge that we are saying, but in our action. May greatness be the lot of the entity called Nigeria.
So